Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to 20 Sides to Every Story. Tonight we are playing Kids on Brooms. This is the latest little storytelling game from Jonathan Gilmour and Doug Lewandowski and Spencer Stark. If you've hung out with us on the channel in the past, you've probably seen us play Kids on Bikes, and we played Teens on Space at least once. And so I'm a big fan of this engine that they use to build these concepts off of, and so that's what we're taking care of here tonight. I see we've got Pruno and Road Killer. Thanks for stopping by. I think they were both watching last week, so this is part 2 of our Kids on Brooms game. So last time we all got together, we built our school, we introduced our characters, we learned something about the relationships between them all, and then we had a bit of time after all of that to play a little bit of the game. And we had nothing going on this week at this time, so we decided let's instead of rushing to finish up, let's play another session and keep the story going. So if you're stopping by to see us for the first time, we are our channel is kind of dedicated to tabletop games. We mostly play D&D on the channel, but once in a while we bust something out new and try something different out. And so if you're enjoying what you're seeing, if you're enjoying hanging out with us, please do follow the channel so you can get notifications when we go live. I'd also encourage you to join us in our Discord server. We have a very active community. We're always hanging out in there in between the streams, talking about tabletop games and other nonsense and tangential gaming types of things. So come hang out with us there. And Pruno, you were right. Actually, I have to update this though. Oscar actually has. What did you say, Ethan? Two adversity tokens.
That's what I have listed on my character sheet. But
hey,
most found to be dishonest. So
the character is tricking me. So Oscar actually has 2, so we'll pop those up here. So I'll be tracking this on the screen here, so you know how many they have. But it looks like Pruno just redeemed an adversity token. Let us know who you'd like to hand that out to. If you were looking to give it to the person with the lowest, Casey's been spending a lot of AT or just hasn't failed many checks. I don't remember which way it went.
Some from column A, some from column B. Yeah. I've been fortuitous in indicating that others should make rolls.
There you go. So it looks like you're getting a freebie here from the chat. So put that under your adversity tokens there. So for those who are just stopping by for the first time, what those adversity tokens are, they can be redeemed to add a +1 to the die roll to help increase party's chance of success on a die roll. You can, if it's remember, there's 2 types of rolls that you might be making. You could be doing a planned action, which means the element of time, you're not under stress, you're just trying to succeed. If you're not under pressure to make a quick action, you can help each other. So you could spend your adversity tokens on someone else's. If it's a snap decision, if I say I feel like it's a snap decision, you can only spend what you have on your own roll. Yeah, so cool, thanks, and keep them coming. They may need them. Let's see. I think maybe let's review what the story is that we've created, or at least the environment that we've created. The way that Kids on Brooms works, just like the other games that use the same system. Basically, you get together with your players and you kind of on the spot create your setting and the world that you're going to be playing your game in. So I asked the players a number of questions, and we helped build ourselves a wizarding school that we have deemed, given the title, the Poppins Academy of Practical Prestidigitation, which exists in a mountainous region of our world, separate from the mundane folk. And our school is presided over by our headmaster, Artemis Axley, who is a was in her prime a hunter of magical beasts, and that is sort of where she developed her reputation. Some of the students find her to be like entirely badass and cool, and she's got a little bit of a following. But there are others that think that this killing of magical beasts and the glorification of this violence on these creatures is horrific, and there's definitely people that protest those things about her. Our favorite pastime at our school is it's definitely not sports. Our sports team is the Garden Snails, but we don't miss a chance to party and have a good time. So we like getting dressed up. We like going to the away games so that we can kind of see some sights and party in other cities. But we're not known for winning in any of our magical wizarding sports that we play. We got a couple of landmarks at the school. We've got the Percival Poppins, the statue of our founder, stands prominent in the courtyard, in between the quad of all the different academic buildings. Hey, thank you for the cheer. Appreciate that. We have the school auditorium is sort of one of those things that you tell all the freshmen when they come on board that you might be able to catch a whisper of the gossip. It's said that you can hear this phantom voice in the school auditorium of nasty things or maybe good things. Maybe you got a crush on so and so. You want to see if they're talking about you. You go and you search around maybe and try to find that spot, but don't get caught because it's kind of a taboo thing to go actively seeking it. It's supposed to just kind of happen to you. And one of our other spots is there's a hangout out up in the mountains off the school grounds called the Rock's Nest. It is sort of a nest-like contraption, almost like an amphitheater kind of thing, given its name by the large rocks that are said ROC, the bird rock, that nest up in these mountains. And it's kind of the place where the kids go on the weekend to, sometimes performances are held there. It's just kind of the hangout, the cool dive to go to. Let's see, what else? We generated 3 rumors that were supposed to give us the seeds for our adventure, and those rumors were that our founder, or not their founder, the headmaster, Artemis, is possibly here hunting the band teacher, Professor Bernstein. It's said that because of all the different charms and things on the grounds, maybe she can't quite get him while he's at the school. People have noticed, like, he doesn't really leave the grounds. So there's some speculation that maybe she's got it out for him. There's another rumor that we had is that the entire school is a simulation or an illusion, and it's not real. Everyone's just kind of in some kind of shared psychotic like situation, and nobody knows what that's about. I think we've got at least one character in the party that believes that very, very strongly, maybe more. And then our third rumor was that Old Man Diggs, the ghost of a student who died from a rock slide or an avalanche some years ago, still exists on the school grounds and haunts some of the less traversed areas of the different academic buildings. And that is what we did for the world building, and then we've got our 3 characters here. Why don't we go through and introduce who those folks are? I'm going to start first with Casey. Tell us who you're playing.
So I'm playing Ozymandias King. Goes by Mandy because no wizard should be known as Oz. And Mandy is from a long line of fortune tellers, precognitions, and that sort of thing. And they do a decent job of consulting work for other folks in the wizarding world. And I'm here at school, and I'm having a little crisis because I've sort of caught on that if precognition could ever reach 100%, then that would prove that there's no such thing as free will. So is free will just an illusion brought on by ignorance? And I think that's what led to some deep, way deep caffeine, free trade coffee fueled conversations with Kat, because he was very open to this illusion idea, and then Kat just like, the whole thing's an illusion. And I'm like, that school of magic is way stronger than I thought it was. And I think that's where that all came in. And so that was the connection there. And then earlier, Ozzy met up with Oscar as sort of a danger avoidance situation. And I'll leave Oscar to fill in on what hijinks were going on at that situation, because I haven't invented them yet. So that's all on you.
And it looks like we've got an adversity token redemption for Mandy. So we're going to pop that up. So look at that. You had none, and now you got 2. Oh,
I can make things happen now.
yeah. So thank you. I think that was Roadkiller that sent that one in. Mandy, I think. Well, maybe we'll have each of you introduce yourselves, and then we'll get to. I'm going to ask them some more questions to further develop these relationships and understand some things about them, and maybe their shared their history with each other. So next, but first, let's introduce everyone. Let's go next to Lauren, and tell us who you're playing today.
All right. Hi, I am Lauren, and I'm playing Kat. And yeah, Kat is fully convinced of this whole like simulation theory, and recent events have only made her more certain that that's what's going on. Like, she's utterly convinced that what we saw is not really happening. It's just they're trying to see what would happen if this did happen. And so I'm holding on to that thread in my mind so I don't have to, accept that. Well, we won't talk about that. So, in general, I would say Kat's grasp on reality is slipping just a hair beyond the simulation thing. It's getting a little wobbly in there up in her mind.
Added complexity that is being built in.
Yeah. It's just I have to like put some things in, weave them together, make this narrative work. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Awesome. And then Ethan, who are you playing?
I am playing Oscar Chen. He is the youngest child of a 1990s tech CEO, and has come into, I guess, unintentionally embraced the reputation of being the wacky prankster in his year. He likes messing around with gadgets of all sorts, the magical trinkets and the technological devices that he has smuggled into the school. And yeah, he's really embracing his reputation and has come to, well, he sees it as a mutually beneficial relationship with Mandy, as Mandy offers insight into the workings of the professors and other students and their schedules throughout the day, which helps enable Oscar to pull off very elaborate pranks that can that both push the boundaries of magic as we know it and what is allowed within school grounds.
Very good.
And I think he's definitely friends with Kat because he appreciates her wild theories. They're entertaining, if nothing else. But she does seem to have a way with seeing Oscar from like further than just the facade that he likes to put up. His desire to actually matter in some way that's meaningful.
Very good. So these are our 3 characters for the evening, and last time that we played, nobody wanted to suggest that they had any kind of negative relationship with anybody else. It was all positive. But just so we can get a little taste of some of those questions on that list. We won't be running with the premise that you necessarily have a negative relationship, but even the best of friends have sometimes a little bump in the road or a complication to their relationship. So we'll treat it as such. And why don't we first have let's start with Lauren. Roll me a d20.
It was a 19.
Okay. So, in relation to Oscar, what is something that you stole from Oscar that he doesn't know about?
Oh. Okay. So, I didn't really steal it from Oscar as such, but it is Oscar's. So, I know that when Oscar came to school, he came in with some forbidden technology, and it was confiscated by the, headmaster. But I know where they keep the things that are confiscated. And so, because I serve as an aide during third period, so I snuck in and I found some sort of technology that allows you to communicate to the outside world. I don't know. It's amazing. I had to put it back. I didn't actually keep it, but I held it for a little while.
But wait, Oscar, they told you that stuff all exploded.
I thought they all did.
Oh no! Wow, that is double secrets that she's keeping there.
Oh man.
Okay, so I think what it is like you have access, like you could get Oscar's stuff back, but you just haven't.
Right. No,
Like
I haven't because
if you really wanted to, like you could find a way to like make this like work or happen.
Yeah.
But you just haven't.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, like if someone asked me, "Hey, can you do this?" we probably could, but like if I just take it from there, we could get caught, and then they would know it had to be me. So I have to like keep this real low key right now. But I have the actual. I know where they keep the actual key. So
Yeah, Kat just sneaks in there like 2-3 times an hour to update her MySpace page.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're
the
like kind
addiction
of
is
playing
real.
in like the 2000s era, isn't that right?
I really like to play Snake. It's an addiction.
Yeah, because we're playing like 98, right? Because
98, 99. I'm thinking like the Nokia candy bars or like
Okay.
where we are here.
It's a pager. It's this thing that just beeps.
Yes.
Perfect.
It displays numbers. Don't know what the messages mean.
It's so magical.
It's like those glitter cases too, sparkly.
the Oscar with a sparkly case.
Let's next have a question that Oscar will answer about Mandy. Go ahead, roll me a d20.
I am?
Yeah.
Well, you don't want a 19 again. So let's
No.
try 17.
17. Okay. What aspect of your academic life is this character making more difficult?
Oh. I mean, there's all sorts. I don't think Oscar fully understands what Mandy is capable of and what he isn't capable of. It's kind of fuzzy. I'm sure Mandy has given Oscar the lecture more than once, but he's never really paid attention about how this works. But I guess one barrier is Oscar is very, very bad at one particular subject. And it happens to be, let's say, divination's a little too obvious. So we'll say it'll be, I don't know. What's a good like magical subject?
I don't know. I don't know. My head was going to like the equivalent of like wizarding gym class or something. Like
Yeah, something like that. Whatever wizarding gym class is. Um, yeah, so maybe he's like very bad at riding his broom because it is kids on brooms. So he's convinced that Mandy's divination abilities will help him in succeeding on passing his broom riding test that's coming up because he is coming of age soon to get his broom riding license. But Mandy, for some reason, refuses to give up the answers to this test, and this is preventing Oscar from achieving his new status, his higher status in the school. You know, a kid with a broom.
Sounds good.
And like
So,
giving you the wrong way around the road course.
Yeah,
You're like, which way are they gonna tell me to turn after the tree? Like, left, and then they're like, right. And you're like, blew it.
too many variables on the road. So like the divination like help that maybe Mandy could provide, it's just like, well, there's too many things that could happen in there to like accurately, and maybe makes it like way too complicated, more complicated than it needs to be. All right, well, that sounds good. So broomsticking class is not going so
yeah,
on
broomsticking
right
class. We'll say like maybe Oscar failed his first time, so like it's
Oh,
kind of a sore spot that he doesn't like people knowing.
Same here, bro. Same here.
Oscar, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I really am. But I learned on an automatic. I don't know how to fly stick.
You could have told me about the 10-pronged deer that I was about to run over.
Again, I have automatic height control. I don't.
Whatever.
I mean.
So one last question. This time, Mandy answering a question about Cat. Roll a d20.
11sies.
What do you both hate about this school?
I think it's the schedule. I think it's I don't think Kat and I are particularly morning people. I think that's why we bond so well over the coffee. And I think, with the high mountainous altitude, and I think our school's a bit far north, so there is very little light when they're expecting us to consider it morning. Cat, I think maybe Cat's a little more southern, and maybe I'm just like a little more sleepy, but I feel like that's the combination. Like, this is too early to do anything. And then they're like, but look, you're free by 3 p.m. When we're like, nothing good happens until 7. I know nothing good's going to happen until 7.
Well, that's perfect, because that's where we're going to pick up is the morning. And so
Oh, no.
The two of you will probably be able to commiserate a little bit as you are dragging yourselves out of bed this morning to make your way to the dining hall so that you can maybe catch some breakfast, grab some coffee to stay awake, because the three of you had a hell of a night last night. To recap for the audience, we started the session on the night of the big game between the Garden Snails and some team that had like a really badass name, and so didn't matter. You all were hanging out in the quad. The local protest group was there. It was pretty typical. It was a Thursday night, and Kat, you were headed off to you're in the orchestra, or you were in the pep band, so you were heading down there to pump up the team and everything. And Mandy and Oscar, you were there in the quad with a big group gathered round, hoping to see one of your pranks. You were launching some kind of spell up into the sky to make a fountain of snails float down. And it didn't go quite so well. Everyone was getting pelted in the face with the snails. It wasn't quite the artistic scene that you had envisioned in your mind. but nonetheless, we're having a good time, and the game started. It was just kind of this game on broomstick, a really bizarre kind of croquet-like thing with like a ball getting like shot through dimensional portals. Nobody at the school really understands how this game is played. It helps explain why their record is so bad. But they're trying to pick up a win, and out from one of these portals that these little balls were being hit back and forth from both teams. One of the portals kind of expanded, and this chimera came forth from the portal and flew down to try to attack the what did I call it in the chat earlier? The audio mancer.
Audiomancer, yes.
The Audiomancer. Well, let's roll with that. That's what his role is.
Mr. Berenstein, the Audiomancer.
Yeah, and luckily you all were there. You kind of intervened to prevent. Yes, Cat kind of helped to distract him. I think he was able to duck right before. He would have been beheaded had you not gotten his attention and gotten him distracted a bit. You were able
Saved
to
him for a second.
Yeah, and he did get picked up by the thing, but then Oscar and Mandy, if I'm recalling, you were able to kind of loosen the grip and safely get him down out of the sky. Enough time for the school's famed monster hunter, the headmaster of the university, or the school, to intervene and banish the beast. You all then, I don't know who started the talk, but we began to think about there's something weird going on. Let's go see you're being ordered back to your rooms. But the three of you decided to do some late night sleuthing, and you were headed to where the teachers have their offices, one of the faculty buildings, and then you heard something was following you, and you all were trying to make a run for it and get out of Dodge, but Mandy tripped and fell. Kat, you had to go back to pick Mandy up, and you spotted your professor, the music professor, Mr. Berenstein. You managed to get to the faculty building where you kind of stowed away in one of an empty office, and you heard what you think was Mr. Berenstein enter you heard this like piano music playing, and Mr. Berenstein he came into the building. I don't think you succeeded on your check to hear exactly what happened, so you're not really sure. You went out to investigate, and lo and behold, Mr. Berenstein was laying dead on the floor. You were you contacted the administration, some of the other teachers. The headmaster came in and had a talking to with you three troublemakers. You were able to talk your way out of any hard punishment, but then you went off to sleep, and now you're waking this next day, and you're converging on the dining hall. And basically the mess hall is kind of these long wooden tables. On either end of the table there's like a kind of a small opening in the wall, and it's kind of like there's just food that's like kind of floating in and out of these windows right down the center of the table. So kind of like one of those like sushi conveyor belts, like you just pick whatever you want as it's passing you by, and then you know, even your dishes and stuff, once you're done with those, you just kind of like hold them up in the air, and it just the magical aura just kind of brings it down to get cleaned in the dishwasher area. So you're seeing things float by: bacon, eggs, biscuits, coffee, jugs of like pumpkin juice is flying by, and you're grabbing things, and you all gather together and find one another, sit together.
Okay, I know that we're playing croquet on brooms, but there's got to be a better name than sticky wickets. No? Okay. The marketing, it doesn't rhyme with anything.
What would you suggest?
I don't know, but Wizzikets? Brickets? Broom? Brom? I don't know. How can sticky wickets have lasted this long?
I don't know. Sounds like a fun game.
Yeah. Tuk, tuk.
Oh, can you get me that one? That one's right over there, Cat. Just over there. Yep, thank you. You gotta. These biscuits are hard to find. They're always taken before they get down to our side of the table.
I know. Those upperclassmen, they eat a lot of carbs, I'm telling
I
you.
know. Yeah. Especially those sports players out there. I mean, what are they even doing?
I know. Maybe if they didn't eat so many biscuits, they would be a little lighter on their brooms and better at their game.
Yes, but then the games would last longer.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Eat more biscuits.
And you could definitely see like all of the varsity team is like over by a table, and they are just having a appetite maybe as much as like Oscar. Like they're just like picking stuff off and just eating, and you can see like the coaches over there. It seems to be like kind of like very enthusiastically like talking to them.
So, I didn't sleep much. Are you two?
No, I didn't sleep either. I was making notes all night long. I have like a journal that I've been like, it's like, you know, the crazy, like there's strings, literal strings that I've built. And
To like look past to where the strings like go like way down the hallway.
And also, does anyone know about this yet? Like, did they tell the other students?
That's actually what I was a bit worried about. We didn't get in much trouble, but I mean, all the faculty must know that we were at least going to be in trouble. And if all the faculty know, that means whoever went by or was in that room might know.
Oh, you're right.
So you're saying whoever did?
Yeah, they might come after us.
Right. They might know that we might know, even though they don't know that we don't know.
Oh, no.
Well, how come you didn't see this? How come you don't know who did it?
It doesn't work like that. I've been trying to prove it doesn't work like that. At least I hope it doesn't work like that. Because if it worked like that, then it wouldn't matter that we didn't know, because it would already be decided. It'd just be done.
Unless, this is the test. This is the test. They're seeing if this is somehow what they have to do to get out of the simulation.
Oh no.
No, it all makes sense. Listen.
No.
I don't think it does.
So
What if? No. What if they had to see, like we've always said, right? We've always said that he was being hunted. So, what if they had to see what happens if he actually died? And maybe that is like the key to unlocking things.
So
Well,
as you
Like
end
you
that
have to die
sentence,
up.
you all feel that there's somebody standing behind you, and you feel like kind of like a almost like a crowd embrace as you kind of hear this "Good morning, students," and you can see it's Artemis, the headmaster, behind you. I think we said like she was like maybe like mid 40s or late 40s. Like she's had a storied career, but she's not like super old yet. She's got maybe some like scars and things on her body that kind of tell the tale of these battles that she's had with these mystical beasts. But she's got kind of a rosy complexion. She's kind of cheery as she's kind of grabs you all. She's like, are you ready for the big game tonight? Go garden snails!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, garden snails.
Yeah.
Like any, calmness that Mandy is managing is completely betrayed by Sooth, his little chameleon familiar, just like going rainbow alert down his.
She notices your papers there, Kat, and she says, "Oh, studying hard, I see. Finals are coming up. What class are you working on?"
Oh, I am working on my musical spell casting. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Have. I think
Everybody who looks at that says it's dum 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 da dum dum dum.
She says,
glare at
well, bless your heart for working so hard on the eve of the big game tonight. I know, Kat, you've been one of Dr. Berenstein's top students, very active in the pep band and with your other responsibilities as an RA. Yes. Okay. Good. And she looks at Oscar and Mandy, and she says, "What do you got planned for tonight, you boys? It's always something with you two. What do you got?"
Mandy's like, I shift. Is it
gonna be
Thursday?
Hmm?
Is it Thursday?
Says,
No, it's Friday
"Yes."
now. It's Friday.
Oh dear, no. It's Thursday.
Oh,
Wait,
I never could get the hang of Thursdays.
it's Thursday. Oh,
And then he'll reach over and just
Thursday.
go fetch a piece of chalk and put it in his pocket.
I'm sorry. What's the game today? Sorry, headmaster. I must have got my days mixed up. Who are we playing again?
Well, tonight is help me out if you remember. What did we say the other team was called?
I don't
It was
think we
something
gave
like
them the
I don't think. Yeah, just the far superior, better team.
yeah.
Raging
so she-
Badgerlisks.
There it is. Yeah, the raging Badgerlisks.
Badgerlisks.
The raging
I gotta think for-
Badgerlisks. So it's like the same team from
From
what you
yesterday.
recall.
Or-
Yeah, and so she says, we're all eager to get to the weekend, but we're not quite there yet, kids.
So it's there. Oh.
You see Oscar's face just go white, and his eyes are just looking at Kat's notebook the entire time now.
Mandy's like looking up like, if anyone sees another coffee go by.
So
Okay.
I think there's a check here. What was Kat's fear?
My fear was that there was like a alternate world, and it was really boring.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
Oh no!
Well,
Oh, we've been Groundhog Day.
being stuck on Thursday would be a pretty terrible thing for you, I think. So why don't you give me a grit check to see if you can keep your composure and not freak out in front of the headmaster here and cause a scene?
okay, I feel like that
Because
is unlikely. 'cause
Everything
I
that's
feel
happening right, yeah, everything that's happening right now is kind of playing into.
All
it.
right. It's a D12 for me. Let me get that. All right, that's a 10.
Okay, so you, like, internally you're screaming, but externally you're just kind of smiling and listening to the professor, and everything is good. And she's just kind of blathering on about some of the events, the pre-game events that'll be happening, and as she's kind of droning on, suddenly you just hear like glass shattering. And you look over at like the faculty table, and you can see Dr. Berenstein is there, and he just like kind of looks bewildered as like his plates of food are just like sliding off the table and like falling to the ground. He's got like a cup of coffee in his hand, and that like just like shatters and blows up, and like coffee goes everywhere, and he's like, "Ah, God, it's scalding!" and like it stains like his uniform. And he's just kind of, everyone like is like rushing to his aid to like dab him off, and someone's going over to like sweep up the shards of glass on the ground from the plates that are sliding off the table.
Oh,
You know what? I am feeling like kind of sick all of a sudden. So I think that maybe I should go to the dorm for a minute. Yeah. I'm standing up. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
You
Mhm.
can
Yes.
see that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
headmaster is
yeah.
like leaving, everyone's attention is on that. So like you're no longer engaged with her. She takes her leave of you. Now it's the three of you.
I don't know. Though, Mike, well, I didn't see this coming, unless I did, but didn't realize it was the same dream over and over again.
Wait, so we're all on the same page, right? We're in a We're in a Groundhog Day scenario.
We're in a simulation.
Oh, well, not necessarily.
And you can make that reference because it's only in the 98. So
I did look it up. Groundhog Day came out in 93, so we're good.
We're good.
Good old Murray. Okay, so let's just double check. Last week, it was the match against the owlbears. The week
Yes.
before that, it was the lipless turtles.
Yep.
Okay, so this week, it's the raging badgerlisks, which
We played them yesterday.
We did. We played them yesterday. We had the snails that went very badly wrong.
well, good news. You'll get a chance to do that again.
True.
So just do it better this time.
Oh, also, I think I can make a lot of money now this time around. Does anyone know where Billy went?
Well, I don't know. The odds on us losing are pretty much just
They're the same.
no bets.
But what are the odds that the game ends in a chimeric attack?
I don't think those odds are on the table, on the board.
Never mind. We have more important things right now.
That's
What
probably
is
an
going
unusual
on?
request for a bookie, but
Probably take your money though.
Well, if what we shared was a precognition, and it is fixed, then there's really nothing we can do differently. So is there anything that we all remember the same from, well, let's just call it yesterday, that we could do differently today of significance?
Okay, so first of all, I don't like yesterday. I like Thursday 1, and then we're now in Thursday 2, because if there's again another Thursday, it'll be Thursday 3. So I think we need to be very, deliberate in how we refer to these events. I have my notebook. I'm writing it down. So, yes, Thursday 1. Did he spill his coffee? I do not remember that. Do you remember that? Do you remember coffee being spilled?
I don't remember that, but I also don't think I was here this early Thursday 1 because I was able to sleep. Would that be Wednesday -1?
So
No, that's just
Wednesday's-
Wednesday. That's Wednesday.
So I think this is a skill check, trying to recall, because all of these things would have been like, you wouldn't have thought anything of it yesterday. Let's see if you can remember such a thing happening. So, brains check.
Brains. I'm good with brains. So Mandy will try and lock down what he did Thursday 1 morning.
We'll call this
free trade coffee, precognition, and he checks his pocket real quick. He's like, "Damn it! I already have the chalk." So something that didn't happen, and a D. Oh, I get a D20 on this one. D20.
Okay, and I was gonna say, let's call this a 7.
Let's call this a 7. I got.
I have to go off camera for just a second, but I'm listening.
Actually, so because so this is something I don't think I explained last time. When you're not under stress like you are right now, you can take half of your die in that skill. So since yours is a 20, you said D20.
I am the
you can
D20
take
on
the
the
10.
brains.
Okay, so you can take the 10 and just succeed on this. So
I'll take the 10 and succeed on this and be nervous that I've already got the chalk in my pocket, which I definitely knew I did yesterday. But how about that coffee?
So you don't remember that happening yet. The first Thursday.
Okay, so Thursday 1, the coffee didn't spill. And so things can be different. That's a good sign.
Great.
Do you think... I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to sabotage the magic school bus. That stayed on the air for years.
No, I think if this is anything like Groundhog's Day, we need to do something before we can break out of this time loop. And I think that's pretty obvious what it is, right?
Well, I mean, this is just day 1 of the or day 2. This would be Thursday 2.
It's
So
Thursday
Thursday,
2,
but Thursday,
to keep up with Cat's terminology.
yes. But I mean, one occurrence or reoccurrence doesn't really set a pattern yet, I hope. So I wouldn't go doing anything. Oscar, look at me.
What? What?
We might not get a Thursday 3, so whatever you just thought about when you were thinking about Groundhog Day, all those bits in the middle, I remember you watching that and you getting very excited about the concept.
All right.
We're
Just
figure
go
we're,
back
we're at the
watching it.
end of the movie where it's important that we don't mess up. Let's start with that day.
Okay.
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 So.
Right. So,
Okay.
what do we not need to mess up?
Well,
Well, I think we do everything exactly the same. Because if we just do it the same, and then the same thing happens, we've confirmed that
no,
we're in the loop.
we don't want to experiment to fail. We want to experiment to succeed.
Okay.
We want to try to stop the occurrence without derailing reality, which I suppose I don't know a test for that.
Suddenly you hear the bell ring, signaling that the first period is about to begin in about 5 minutes or so.
Ah!
Oh, no. Okay.
And we're going to say, you can dispute this, but Kat, we know that you're a part of music class, right? So I'm thinking like first period is you have that class, and then we established that Oscar and Mandy have this broom stickers thing that they must be in the same class for. So let's say
We're trying to get the permit.
Yeah, that's your first period of the day.
Got to get that passing grade to get that insurance down. So Kat, pay super close attention. See if there's anything that you could do, or that we could do to stop the game or stop the performance to keep Mr. Bernstein here. So if there's like permission slips or equipment or what, and he's like, as we're like getting pulled apart in the hallways.
I'll talk to him. I'll try to I'll stop him. I can do it.
Okay.
So, so you're all heading off to your classes.
At least for class 1.
At least for
Is
class
this
1.
a 4-class day or an 8-class day?
Let's say it's 2 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon.
Okay. How many
We
classes
can
can
figure out-
we lose
yeah.
in time?
So, why don't we first go to the broom stickers class? So the two of you, this class takes place, of course, like out in the quad, like outdoors. So usually you just kind of like hang out there. Sounds like you're still pretty novice at this, so they try to keep it sort of contained to just the campus grounds. Once you get to like the more advanced classes, then you can go and start flying around in the mountains off campus and things like that. But you all arrive there with your other classmates, maybe like 20 of you total, and you always kind of gather around the statue of Percival Poppins to kind of start things off. If anybody wants to redeem a name an NPC, you could do so here. We'll have our gym teacher is like just like a really brawny woman, like big bones, and she's got like some kind of dorky looking like athletic like tights and outfit on, whistle around a piece of thread around her neck. And she's just got like a voice like she's been smoking cigars her whole life.
Ooh, Kogo and Potato Lion both looking at the shop.
Yeah, someone's going for it. Oh.
Hey, Oscar. Have you been practicing your perpendicular parking? I can't see that we'll ever use it out here, but they keep saying in the cities it's all you get.
Oh, it's definitely on the test. I can tell you that.
Okay. Now you remember, it's broom bristles down, because otherwise you just faceplant. Okay, so you come in, okay, you want to start turning, okay, when your broom is level, okay, and you just keep going until you're straight up, okay, and then you just cut out, okay, but not too high, okay, because that's when you, and they only give you a 3-foot drop.
Okay, bristles up.
No, down. Bristles down.
Bristles down.
Bristles
Start
down.
moving. Yep.
Okay,
Bristles down.
nose up, your nose in the air, and then, okay, stop. Okay, put your legs down because you want to land on your feet. Okay, and you should be basically able to touch the ground. You're not. I mean, we're all, different heights, but I don't know why you picked a broom that long.
But I thought the guy who sold it to me said it looked nice.
I mean, I guess it looks nice if you're trying to go out picking up chicks. I don't know. What do you ride 6 on that thing?
The more the merrier, right? Okay.
Yes.
Gym teacher
It's like
just
one of
blows
those
her
old
whistle.
surfboards.
She's blowing her whistle. She's like, "Hey, you two back there, you jokesters, knock it off.
Oh,
Yes,
So-
ma'am.
We've gone over fundamentals over and over and over. Now it's time to put you into a practical situation. So today we're going to play a little game. It's called Fireball. Real simple. Get on your broom. Don't get hit by the fireball. Also, we have with us the apothecary class, the advanced apothecary class. They are going to be, it's their test day. They've got some salves, they've got some potions. So, if you get hit by the fireball, hopefully your classmates have been diligent in their studies and will be able to help you out.
Wait,
Do you have any
there are
questions?
There are child protection laws here, right? No?
You all signed a waiver when you enrolled.
Oh boy.
Remember, perpendicular.
Perpendicular, right.
What was
Minimize the
Oscar's last
profile.
name?
Bristles up, nose down. I mean, nose up, bristles down.
Bristles down.
Bristles
What was Oscar's last name?
down. Oscar's last name was Chen.
Chen. So she's Mr. Chen. Are you having cold feet? She's the kind of she's the teacher that like calls you by your last name. So
Yeah, yep. Nope, no cold feet here, ma'am. Nope. Ready in to get nice and toasty next to that fireball.
the object, Chen. The object is to not get nice and toasty.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was testing you. You passed.
Wise guy. Okay, I'm gonna give you a 10-second head start. Ready, go. She blows the whistle. And
All right, I'm gonna hop on my broom.
And as you're on your broom, like other people are getting on their brooms as well, and she's got her wand in hand, and she's looking at what is Mandy's last name? King.
King.
So she's waving like her wand at you. King, you're not off the hook. Get up there in the air.
And Mandy's like, oh yes, and then hops on and does a very very point perfect how you're supposed to get ready, like checks the top, clears the wind visor and so on, checks the bristles, turn signals, etc. Then gets on and takes off. And the whole time he's like, all right, Oscar, okay, it's going to be left, right, left, right. But Mandy doesn't mention whether he's talking about which way the fireballs are coming from or which way to dodge. So
So you get some confusing direction, as you're kind of used to now. This has been the issue this entire semester. And you can feel the heat. You can just kind of see like an orange glow like from below you as she's casting her spell. Why don't you both do like a flight check? Well, it's going to be kind of difficult. A little bit more difficult than some of your previous classes. You're now trying to not only drive and control your broomstick, which you already weren't great at. Now you're trying to actively dodge missiles coming your way. So we're going to call this a 10.
Ooh. That's super unlikely.
Nope.
So
I got
Oscar,
6 plus 1, so that's 7. Not even with my adversity tokens.
I got the 1.
So, okay, Mandy's good. So remember, degrees of failure matter a little bit. So let's start with Oscar. So you said you had a 7?
I got a 7.
7, okay. So you failed by 3. And just so the audience kind of understands, there is like a chart in the Kids on Brooms book that kind of suggests to you, you know, if you fail by just a little bit, it's just like a minor failure, and the consequence should reflect that. It shouldn't be like too much of a narrative shift on something like that. So on 1 to 4, the character fails, but not too badly. There might be some very, very minor short-term consequences, but these won't shift the story for more than a minute or two. So, Oscar, you you get hit, like your broom gets hit, like not you directly. You know, you're on this awkward, like really oversized broom, so like it just kind of like knocks you, like the fireball hits like the back end, and you kind of do like a spin out kind of thing. And so you're kind of in like kind of a tailspin mode where you're not falling or anything, but you're just trying to like regain control of your broom. And so we'll revisit
So like
that.
I'm fishtailing. Basically.
Yeah, like the kind of thing where like maybe you'll still be able to pull this out and like not crash and die.
Yep. And as that's happening, I'm just screaming, "I hate the future!"
Meanwhile, Mandy got more of a direct hit. So you said you rolled a 1?
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
And I do get a +1 because I'm a kid in flight, so it would be a 2.
So the good news, the two of you both get adversity tokens.
Woo!
So there's the silver lining. One of the nice things about the game is when you fail, you get some perks to help you out on the next one. But at a -9, this failure is bad, but it's not a disaster. There will be some short-term consequences that might lead to some immediate difficulties, but nothing that the characters can't handle if they focus on them. Okay. I have an idea for this, and so I think we'll push pause on this scene to go check on Kat, because we've got these two scenes are kind of happening simultaneously. So, Kat, you are headed actually to, like, you wouldn't have seen any of this happening out in the quad because you would have passed the quad already to get to the auditorium, which is on one end of the campus. And so, as you're approaching, you can see that there are some other students that are kind of walking with you, like classmates that you recognize that are in this class with you. And as you're making your way to the auditorium, it's the kind of, maybe like kind of a circular perimeter kind of building with multiple like entrances to it, for when there's a big performance or something happening, you know, you don't have to funnel through just the one entrance. But as you're making your way over there, you notice the doors to one of the entrances open, and you see your professor, Dr. Bernstein, is leaving the auditorium.
All right, I'm gonna try to go chase him down.
Okay, so you start running. He like looks at you, and what you notice, he's in the same clothes that he was wearing earlier, but there's no coffee stain. He looks pretty well put together in his robes and whatnot, but he sees you. As soon as he sees you, you can just see kind of like an oh shit kind of expression, and he starts running. He's just booking it. So why don't you make me I don't think it's flight necessarily, because you're not trying to get away from danger. I think I was going to say a brawn check on this one. You're trying to keep up with him.
Flight would be so much better for me. All right, brawn. Let's see. Oof, 1.
1. Okay. So he gets away. You see him. Actually, as he's running away from you, you see him, he's like casting a spell, must be like a teleportation spell or some sort, because he kind of like blinks out of existence before you can catch up to him.
All right, well, that's real weird, and I'm super, super duper suspicious. And so I'm like, well, class is clearly canceled because he just like poofed out of existence. So I'm gonna go try to snoop around a little bit or see if I can figure out anything that's going on.
Okay. Where would you like to snoop around?
I am going to go. I'm going to go to the front office where I am an office aide and see if there's any work to be done there because orchestra was canceled and I just am such a good helper. I really want to help.
So you start to head off into that direction. When as you're doing so, like other students are still like kind of passing people that are in your class, and then you can see Professor Bernstein is walking in that direction with these students as you're like kind of crossing each other, and he's still like kind of like looking at his coffee stain everywhere, hair is a mess. You just see him kind of like he just looks like he's having like the worst day of his life as he's kind of cursing under his breath.
So now I'm going to turn around and go back and be like, oh, okay. So I'm like taking notes. So I'm like, so now I've got, in addition to Thursday 1, Thursday 2, now I've got Berenstein 1, Berenstein 2, and I'm trying to figure out which is the real, I'm doing lots of calculations, but writing down. Okay, so now I'm going to class and I'm getting in line with everybody.
So yeah, so you go into the auditorium and like the chairs are all set up. In these kind of ringed formations or whatever, and everyone's grabbing their instruments out of the room where all that's kept and getting ready. And he's at his kind of podium, and he's got his wand, and looks like he's flipping through the music book, just kind of previewing the different songs that you'll be doing. And the first one that you've got on the docket is "I Got You, Babe." It's a suggestion from the chat. So that's
a
the
good
song
one.
that you're practicing.
I feel like there's definitely a band arrangement of "I Got You, Babe." Like
yes. So that is what you're practicing, and he's just going through the motions of that when suddenly through one of the windows of the auditorium comes crashing through Mandy on the broomstick. Shards of glass everywhere. Gasps from everyone in the orchestra as Mandy comes crashes into the auditorium and kind of biffs it on like the back row of the theater. Just kind of like hung up there on some of the chairs and seats.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna get up and be like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay?
So Mandy's like hanging there, like he's got like the one leg caught between the wall and the broom, like that's what's keeping him off. The rest of him's like hang down. Like out of his backpack are falling like 3 or 4 at a time, little frozen crickets, some of which are on fire because his backpack's kind of scorched, and like fluttering down like his little piece of paper. It looks like pretty well folded up, like it's been in his backpack for a while and just gotten like blasted loose, and sort of flutters down and lands on his face as he's hanging there, and it says, "Good luck on your first day at school, have a great time, I love you, Mom, oh, and in broom class, watch out for the fireball." And this thing is obviously like written way back first day of school, and he's just like, ugh.
Oh no! I'm gonna rush to him and try to be like, we need like a ladder or something, guys, come help. I'm trying to distract the band, get them to come over.
Okay. Like some of the students are setting their instruments down, like listening to you and like coming over to provide some aid. Mandy's just like knocked out, like out cold.
Oh no!
But meanwhile, we've got Oscar outside, who's just kind of in a sort of tailspin, trying to regain control of this broom. What are you doing?
I think, does he notice that Mandy has like crashed?
Yeah. I think even in like your own chaos that of your world, you noticed where Mandy went.
Okay. Then Oscar's gonna attempt, to the best of his ability, to guide this massive broom towards the window of the band practice room to see if Mandy is okay.
Okay. I think it should be a different check other than flight. Maybe a brains check to see if you can kind of figure out how to see if you can take maybe some of the advice and the tips, going back into your brain, like Mandy did tell you like what to do in like this kind of situation. See if you can put it back while under pressure. Otherwise, the other check I would say maybe grit. Like grit could be the other one. Like just trying to stay calm under the pressure of doing a tailspin and.
Yeah, I'm not so great at staying calm, so brains it is.
Okay, let's do that. We'll say this one's an 8.
Well, I rolled an 8.
Okay.
On the nose.
So, you put all of those lessons of the past into emotion, and the whole time though, like you're doing everything right, but you're just getting like this commentary from down below. Chan, you're doing it wrong. This is gonna show up on your progress report.
Quiet! I'm trying to check my blind spots. All right, left, right. What did Mandy say next? Oh, right. Put in the right gear. Okay.
So broom is steadied, and you're able to head off into the direction of the auditorium. There's nice little like Mandy like silhouette through the glass that you could like move through the gap there and get in. And as you do so, you notice that there's some students and such with Kat trying to kind of gather around Mandy to administer some aid and maybe give some magical CPR or whatnot to make sure that they're okay. But as that's happening, probably Oscar, from your perspective, you'd see this like coming into the auditorium that Dr. Bernstein has this bewildered look on his face as all of the different instruments are kind of hovering mid-air. Flutes and saxophones and percussion, drumsticks and cymbals are all just kind of suspended in the air. And they just start like one by one, whoosh. They're kind of like moving towards Dr. Bernstein, who's ducking and diving, trying to dodge these things that are flying at his head.
Oh, not again. I'm gonna run over to where the instruments are, and I don't know.
Get a stand. Get a music stand, the big metal ones, and like hold it up to.
Yes, I grab one of the stands and I try to start batting them out of the air before they reach our audiomancer.
Okay. Give me a fight check.
All right.
Call this one a 7.
All right. Well, I got a 6, and I'm gonna use an adversity token.
Okay. So doing so, you're kind of one by one like smacking them. They're not like swarming, so you're able to just kind of like deflect them one by one and protect him. And at some point he regains his faculties as well, and he like notices what you're doing, and he goes and grabs a stand as well, and he starts swatting them too. And the whole time he's like, why are we doing this? We know magic. He just keeps like swatting them like with you. Oh, but it sure is fun.
This is way more fun. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Now tell me who wants you dead?
And some of the students are fretting a little bit because they've paid like these instruments cost a lot of money, and the two of you are like smacking around like these saxophones and trumpets and tubas.
Means very little to me.
And so, Kat, some of the people that were coming over by you to like help out with Mandy are now like going back the other way to like go and try to like grab and save their instruments.
Didn't your parents insure those things? Come on. Well, I'm my attention's pulled both ways, but I mean, I've got to help poor Mandy, who I'm assuming is still like hanging upside down and.
Yes, looks probably pretty wounded, and maybe some bruising. You know, there could be a break, like a break in the ribs or something from the way he landed.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Their help just needs to be temporary. It was just Band-Aid. And then all that he just falls, whoop, and starts picking himself up off the ground. I just
like the trombone is just like boom.
And I don't like Thursday the 2nd.
No, it's start shaping up worse than Thursday the 1st. But Mandy,
Yes, what?
there are 2 Berensteins. There's 2. There's that sad sack over there, and there's another very sharp-looking one who ran away from me.
So wait, we're dealing with the Berenstein pairs?
Casey's just on fire tonight.
I'm just sitting here. You're like softballing these at me. What?
Oh my god.
But where's
Yes.
my wand? We should deal with these instruments and things.
Yes, we need to stop this.
And he's throwing sock, towel, mass load of crickets, mom's note. Zeus?
I pull my wand out of my little bag. Here. Okay.
So, I think Oscar and Dr. Berenstein and all the other students are like casting some spells, some counter charms to try to like wrest control back. And so with all of this happening, like they all regain control of these instruments. And Dr. Berenstein just looks over everyone and he just says, "Oh, all right. Well, he's kind of looking at all the banged up, broken instruments. And he says, "Oh, we can't. I don't know what this means for tonight. I hope there's at least a Cat. Is your instrument still okay? What do you play?"
I played the double flute, with the
The
piccolo
double
and-
flute. That's
and-
right.
Yeah, and sadly, no. I think it flew like over that way. I don't know what happened to it. Sorry.
Well, We
I think we're gonna have to cancel tonight.
Well, no, we're gonna cancel class. Everyone, take some time. Put all of your different repair your instruments best you can with this time that you have, and you should, put those transmutation skills into practice, and let's just make sure that we've got everything, all hands on deck tonight for the big game. I'm gonna go get a drink. Whew, this has been quite the morning. Ugh.
Kat, maybe we could get Dr. Berenstein to help me to. Ooh,
Oh, Dr.
maybe the
Berenstein,
nurse.
Dr.
Oh.
Berenstein, can you come help Mandy? He's really hurt, and I think we need someone to help kind of lift him.
No lifting, just
No lifting.
I could just gotta walk in the. Ooh, just in the yeah. Oh, that. Oh, why do Wizzikit players do this to themselves?
He's like making his way over, and he's just kind of looking like, I don't know. And as he's kind of hemming and hawing about what to do about Mandy, a couple of those apothecary students from outside rush in, and they've got like each of them has like 2 vials like that are like wildly different color, like a purple, and then a red, and then the one student is looking at you. Where does it hurt?
It's like all. It's like
kind of everywhere.
and he's like leans to one side and like lifts it, like pull is like there's a bruise like going there. Like that hurts a lot.
Try this one, and holds like the red liquid vial into your face.
And you see the look of resignation of like, I don't want to be a frog again, glurk.
And like all the students are like looking at you like waiting for something to happen.
At the same time, he's like waiting. He like, it's not gonna go well. It never goes well.
Surprisingly, like you start feeling like pretty good. Like things are mending and
Oh.
pain is alleviated. But then you start to feel real hot.
Uh-oh.
And Kat and Oscar, you start to see Mandy's skin is just turning like kind of like a bright red.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
um
Guys, I think you might have done something a little bit wrong.
That's not supposed to happen, right?
yeah. Do we have a
I must have mixed up some of the reagents for like the burn. I was expecting burns. I got some of that mixed up, I guess, with this.
why would you want to
Bone
make burns
mending.
hotter?
Yeah. But you feel
I think
better,
you're gonna
right?
fail this test.
I mean, I feel hot. And not like hot, but like hot.
Hot and conceited.
I mean, you're good looking, Mandy, but I don't think it's really
I
doing
mean-
that much more of a.
I mean, thanks. I do try to put my, outfit together in the morning, but hot. I need ice. Is there ice? Water? Something?
What about what's in the blue one? Maybe that'll cool you down. It's blue.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm, no.
Don't you have crickets? Those are frozen, right? I just start digging in his bag, trying to
But they
find
got
them.
crispy when it.
Oh,
Yeah, the fireball made them a little crispy.
can't
And
use-
he'll like take his like towel and like he'll take like his little thermos of coffee that's now cold and just pour that and wring the towel and then just drape that over his head, so he's wearing like a coffee soaked towel over his head. Like, it's
Yeah,
hot.
that helps.
Oh,
Smell good.
How do you feel now?
fair trade.
Fair trade? Great. Oscar's gonna lean over to the apothecary and say, do you have any more of where that came from? I'm just curious.
And
Reasons.
yeah, the one student is like, well, I screwed it up once. I'm sure I could screw it up twice. Come see me after the game tonight. I'll try to whip one up for you.
Great.
And where's Mr. Berenstein?
He's like,
wandered
Dr. Burns.
off.
you see,
He
yeah,
wanted
he's
a
like,
drink.
you just see like the door is like swinging open, leaving some sunlight to come into the auditorium. He's gone.
I think he has whiskey in his office.
We need to go after him, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, he seems kind of not in the mindset to listen to us.
Also, last time we went after him to his office.
He died. We need to stop him, right?
No, but he won't die now. He'll die like in a little while. So hey, look.
I don't know. Thursday 2 seems more dangerous than Thursday 1.
Exactly.
That
We've
is
already
true.
established that things aren't happening in the same order. Something's
Oh.
actively trying to kill him in this Thursday too.
Or
Okay,
us.
let's go. You're right. Or us. Okay, we gotta go after him now. I am convinced, but I think it's the other Berenstein. He
Wait,
ran
there's
from
another
me.
Berenstein?
Yes, there's a second one, and he is wearing just a nice clean shirt. He looks just like him, but better.
Cat, no, actually, Oscar, you hear a whisper in your ear that says, Oscar, Kat has been holding out on you. She knows where your technology is, your phone that was confiscated. She knows, and she's been holding out this entire time.
Did anyone hear that? Who said that?
And no one else
just the
heard it.
whispers. You know how it is in here.
What?
You're just in the
Oh.
whisper space.
Oh, is that where
Oh,
I'm
sh-
standing?
Wait, hold still. Where were you?
I'm right here. Oh, I see.
Damn it, you moved again.
But well, it's a
What did it say?
No, don't look like you're looking for it.
no. Cat.
No, stop. You're looking for it.
Okay.
Listen casual.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Oh, you.
Oh.
And
Okay.
like Mandy's now looking around. Like, is anybody noticing that he's looking at the?
No one look. I'm
Oh
all
no,
right.
no, no! You're dragging attention to yourself. Arms down. Arms down.
Yeah, okay. Cat,
All right, let's
What?
get out of the auditorium
What?
before more people realize what's going on.
where's my phone?
What?
Oh, it's in the office. The
What?
phone? Yeah. Okay, look. I know where it is, but I can't take it because they'll know it's me. There's lots of school stuff in there.
It's my stuff. It's not the school stuff. They took it. They told me to go up.
Oh no, they tell everybody that. There's all kinds of shit in there. Like, so much. We should go
Maybe-
get it.
Maybe they meant it like on that show where they're blowing up your phone.
Oh. That's like 10 years too soon.
Too soon. All right, never mind.
What? No, I'm. Cat.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I would get it for you, but if I take anything from there, they'll know that I've been snooping.
Well, okay. How about you just open the door and let me take it? I'm just taking something that actually belongs to me. How could you not have told me about this?
I'm sorry. It's not just you. It's like there's a lot of stuff. Like,
But I'm your friend.
I know, but I didn't know you were like actively looking for it. I would have told you if you were like complaining, like, oh, I
It's
need
my phone.
Okay. Okay, look. We'll go get it. But actually, we should go get it because there might be some stuff in there that we actually could use to fight off the person who's trying to kill us. Like, being able to communicate to the outside world is probably really good right now. So,
If it even works now. But yeah.
well, there's like chargers and stuff. There's all kinds of things.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it's not just you. There are a lot of kids in here who have things taken away.
All
Suddenly
right.
you
Well,
all hear like this big explosive like boom like out in the quad.
Oh no.
That better not be my phone. And I'm running over there.
Oh no.
Oh,
So-
I wonder if the gym teacher got someone else.
You run outside and you can see like there's a bunch of people that are just like horrified looks, and over by where the statue of the founder of the school is, what was it, Percival Poppins? The statue is just like covered in like kind of that black like residue of like ash from like after explosive kind of thing happens. That scorch mark kind of soot is all up and down the statue. The statue is moved and it looks like it's hugging Dr. Berenstein, who is just like in shock, like quivering. And you just see like the gym teachers run over there and is just like, "Professor, I'm so sorry. I don't know how this could have happened. It's clearly some kind of like wild magic in the area. It's caused," and he's just like, I just need a drink. I just need a drink. And like, it seems like the statue is animated and like releases him, and just like the statue goes back to its normal form after a moment. And he's just like wandering around, like trying to get his bearings, and he's moving off in the direction of the faculty building.
I'm gonna go after him and be like, I have coffee! Try to-
She
So
really
you're-
does. I'm gonna run
It's
after
really
her.
good coffee!
You're all chasing after the Dr.
Yeah, we're chasing
Berenstein.
after the poor, highly disturbed music teacher.
So y'all like the two of you both like on the left side and the right side. Ah! Ah!
No, calm down. Professor, I have coffee.
Yeah, yes, coffee. That's exactly what I need. Give it to me.
Here you go. It's
He's
good.
just like guzzling it. Ah, yes. Okay. Whew. Calm down, Bernstein. It's gonna be fine.
Maybe it's not. We think someone's trying to kill you.
Yeah, who
Or
wants
tried to
to
kill you in the past.
Well,
Now it's trying again. It's all very
I think it's proper to say that someone has killed you, but you get another chance, which is unusual, I think.
Yes. This is your second chance. And I think the person who's trying to kill you is you.
I'm
Well,
trying to
looks like
kill
you.
me?
Yes.
That's preposterous.
Well, someone who looks very much like you, but without less staining. Well, what's this?
Do you have an identical twin?
No. Come with me. And he's like leading you into the faculty building at this point. You're going up the familiar way, up the stairs, up to I think it was like the 3rd floor or something, down to his office. And he closes the door behind you all as he's like in there and he's just pacing. He's like, you said you saw someone who looks like me?
Yes.
You think he's trying to kill me?
But he was real fast. Like, woo! Real fast. He ran away. And then he disappeared.
And while you're talking, Mandy like takes that little piece of chalk out of his pocket and like kneels down and starts drawing the outline.
Oh, of his body.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really pay any attention to that. He's like too deep in thought. He's even like kind of looking down at you at times, like, oh. Like he's kind of curious, but he's trying to work through this other problem first before he can deal with that. And he says, "No, I don't think it's a duplicate of me. It's more likely that it's either a me from the past or a me from the future." Oh dear.
Well,
they always warned me
it's you
against
from-
that. Yeah.
Well,
You
you
see-
died. So,
I died.
past
Yes.
maybe more
Okay. Would be
likely?
past. Yes. Makes sense. But I don't think it's me trying to kill me. Have you seen this other version of me do anything hostile towards me?
No, he just ran away. That's all I've seen is just him running from me.
Mm-hmm.
Running from
mm-hmm.
what?
Oh.
I was kind of aggressively running at him, so he might have been running from me.
So here's what I think is probably happening. I think me from the past has come to this day. If all these bad things are happening, maybe it's trying to avoid me dying.
Well,
It's likely.
let us tell you.
Okay.
I was gonna say, but things started getting really weird on the first Thursday. This is Thursday 2 for us, just to explain to you. We're on Thursday 2. So Thursday 1, when this happened before we started groundhogging, it all started going wrong at the football or at the game thing. Something came out of the portal and it tried to grab you. It was like a chimera, and it grabbed you, and we were able to save you. But it really wanted you.
I can't explain that, but this is good. You're familiar with groundhogging. You have read some of the seminal texts on time travel. So, as you know, you cannot, if you are to time travel, you should avoid, absolutely do not interact with yourself in that timeline. Furthermore,
Yes.
it is best not to interact with anybody at all, if you can help it, which I think is what my past self was doing when I was trying to run away from you and avoid you. But your contact with my past self has awakened you to the fact that you're in a loop.
Yes.
I have
And
so
Mandy,
many
like
questions.
as soon as that's said, like Mandy's like, oh.
I have so many questions, but I don't want to break my brain today. So, what are we supposed to do?
Well, I would say you should try to find my past self to see what they know. Maybe they know something about why all these terrible things are happening to me today. Obviously, I can't go out and do it, but you've already seen them. You've already gotten stuck in this loop. Maybe working together, you could do something about it.
So, your past self is from later in the day of a Thursday prior to this one.
Maybe.
So he's a future past tense. I'm gonna need some new verbs.
Mandy, just knowing that you knew the future was enough for me, but this is getting way too complicated.
Yeah, every day when I try to explain to you what the schedule's gonna be like, this is what it's like. Every day.
Ugh.
When you're like, where are they going to be today? And I'm like, what day is it? And you're like, Thursday. And I'm like, that's 1 out of 7 out of a zillion. And you're like, yeah.
Okay.
And then he's writing down here lies and a prediction and a time and a date in the chalk. Once he's got the little setup done, he says, Dr. Berenstein, if you fall, that would be the same spot as last time. So just aim for anywhere else.
Okay. So what you're saying is,
Just try to go for like a splayed finger, if like whatever effort you can make, just to not that.
Or better yet, just don't stay in here for the rest of the day. No one.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't come back here. You were chasing us in here on Thursday 1. And there was someone playing the piano. Who plays the piano?
I play the piano.
Everybody in band plays the piano.
Well, who up in the teacher's lounge likes to play the piano randomly during the day? Come on. Someone's got to be like that annoying guy always.
Yeah, that's
You're
describing him.
What was that song? It went like dum da dum 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 da. No, that was something else.
So you're the annoying piano guy.
Yeah.
But if we
I've
know
been
the
called
song
worse.
though, maybe we know what one it was. Kat, come on, you've got to hear for this.
Okay. It was. Da 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 da.
Oh yeah, that's one of the most annoying songs that you can play, and I do it regularly because I like to have the space here to myself at night. That's where, because then I can do my drinking alone.
So what you're saying is it was definitely your past self that was at the piano.
It sounds like, well, maybe it's my future self though. Could be my later tonight self playing the piano.
Sure. But Thursday 1, we heard the piano being played. Then you walked into the room, and then when we went into the room, you were dead.
My takeaway from this is not to be here tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
Although it seems like this Thursday too, things are happening a lot faster, and things are trying to kill you
Yes.
frequently.
You have some safe place you can go? Or is there some protection bubble spell that they teach you guys?
Well, I thought things were safe here.
Asking questions. What's up with you and Headmaster Artemis?
Oh. She's sort of my babysitter? Okay. I mean, it's all going to kind of come full circle here. This time travel stuff. I've been kind of sanctioned by the powers that be that govern magic. They don't, this time travel stuff, you're not supposed to really be dabbling in it. As you can see, kind of complicated. So she's supposed to be watching over me to make sure that I don't do those things. Seems that I've done those things.
Oscar, did anyone have that in the pool?
Oh, time travel?
Yeah, I mean, lovers, child,
No.
huntress.
Time travel?
I don't remember time travel.
No, time travel wasn't on there. Although simulation. So you're telling me this is definitely not a simulation, right? Or is it a simulation? Is that how time travel works? You just reset? Just, past save point. Is this a simulation?
Little glowing gem.
I don't think it's a simulation. But that's a good theory. I'll look into that.
Do not encourage her. It is not a good theory.
All right, but so we've got 2 or more Dr. Berensteins to deal with. We shouldn't let them come together. And Headmistress Artemis, well, we should tell her then, because if you're, I'm not going to say that you turned evil, but just to separate the two of you, we'll make you the good Dr. Berenstein, and the other one's the evil Dr. Berenstein. So if the evil Dr. Berenstein is out there, we should set Artemis on them.
Or just the confused or rogue, or maybe she could help I agree that she needs to know, because if her job is to keep all of this in check, it has gone out of check.
Agreed.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. Say,
Well,
you kids,
but-
is there any way I could convince you not to do that?
But if you haven't yet done it, then you won't be in trouble for something you have done. I need more verbs.
Look, do you want to be dead or do you want to be in trouble? Because those
If
are
it's
your
a choice
two
between,
options.
yeah, I want to live. I want to live. Damn it.
So we get Headmistress Artemis. So the fireball.
No, guys, she seemed real weird today, though. Didn't she seem weird to you?
She
She
did.
like, came up. Like, can we trust her? Do we really know anything about her?
Oh,
Do you trust her,
What are you
Mr.
saying?
Berenstein?
Dr. Berenstein, are you harboring any feelings? Perhaps you and future you is a lover with Headmistress Artemis.
Oh,
I'm just
I don't think so.
What is going on?
I'm just saying that would simplify the pool.
I mean, okay, given the infinite possibilities that exist, I am sure there is one where we got it going on. But
probably
it
not. Probably
seems
not last
improbable.
Thursday.
Probably
Okay.
not. Can't rule it out. Probably not.
You do drink a lot. I'm just saying.
True. It's
We've
true.
been talking about it.
Ooh.
So
we know what's in the mud.
well, we have a cat. You have a pass to that. Whoop.
Oop, yep. Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
No. Just an
Cat.
invisibility spell.
Cat,
Just
you have
lost in the
access to the
telegraph.
office, right? We could go in and see if Headmistress Artemis, too many isses in that. Headmistress Artemis is acting strange, or if it was just because, we were having the second Thursday in a row.
Right.
Maybe it was us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to be there at third period. It's got to be almost time, so I can just like casually go in and
Wait. The second period.
Oh, that's all right. I have like 5 targets there. I'm already a grade down.
Okay.
Hmm.
But if it's okay. But yeah, I'll go see. I'll just like be casual. All casual.
That was alchemy. That's when I make our fries crisply, please. I'm gonna look all frumpy tomorrow.
If there is a tomorrow, come on, let's go.
So
Professor,
sounds.
don't die.
I'll try not to. What time did you say that I die here? Like I can hang out for a little bit, right? It's after the game.
It was after the game and
Yeah.
after the Chimera.
Okay.
Come on,
So it
man.
sounds
He
like-
wrote it right down there for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll stay
Thursday
here
1.
for a while because it seems like this is a safe spot for a bit. Maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't make any assumptions, but you do you.
Your funeral, man. Let's go.
So he's just like sweating, like thinking about this conundrum, and it sounds like you are all like kind of heading to like where you
going
do
to the
like
front
your
office.
office hours.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. This is front office.
okay.
This is where I'm an aide, so I'm, just going in.
One would
Okay.
imagine a reasonable headmistress might stop by the office after a giant fireball explosion, a few crashes through windows, but maybe this is business as usual.
Yeah. So okay, your intention is to go there. You want to have a conversation with Artemis.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll just kind of like
Maybe
skip
I'll just
ahead
list some
to
photos.
like the person that like comes off duty, like you share some information with you about pretty mundane things that are going on at the office. You hang out for a bit. Kat and Oscar, maybe Oscar's like still trying to convince you to like let him get access to that cell phone.
Yeah, I totally do it when no one's
okay.
looking. We can.
So
Like if anyone asks, all we have to do is like, yeah, we have to sit here to make sure that Oscar actually hands the note to the headmistress. Like,
Right.
You do. What you
So-
do, Oscar.
So you get that then. Easy enough for you to slip that out of the wherever it's being confined, and lo and behold, yes, at some point, Headmaster Artemis does stop by, just kind of doing her rounds, checking in with people, and so she walks in to the office where you're all sitting about in different places, and she says, "Oh, good morning. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are things going, Kat?"
We need to talk in your office, I think.
Oh, sure,
Very
sure.
natural, Cat.
Yes, I know that.
Follow me, and she takes you like up a couple flights of stairs. She's got a big, lavish office with again, like all of her trophies mounted on the walls. All of her, each one of them has a story. But she invites you all in, and she kind of apparates a couple of very comfy chairs for you all to sit on the other side of her huge, oversized desk. And she goes on the other side and sits back, and she says, "Kat, whatever is the matter? What is distressing you?"
So I was wondering if you have noticed any strange happenings today, stranger than usual.
Lots of strange things have been happening today. You know, you've noticed some things around the office. I'm hearing reports that there's a uptick in wild surges happening all over campus and even up in the mountains. I heard a story of a boy that came back this morning. Must have maybe spent a little too much time out there at the Rock's Nest. Came back, thinks he's a platypus. Stark raving mad.
That's unfortunate.
I heard there's a big, unfortunate incident that happened out in the quad. Seems that we never gave our professor, our gym professor, a name. Marge McGruder, I think, was one of the names that got tossed out there in the chat. We'll just use that. Marge had some kind of mishap happen with her fireball spell. Unintended mishap.
Well,
It feels like more than one day's worth of trouble has already been packed into this morning.
It does. We're currently looking into what the origin of these happenings are, if they're connected. Maybe they're random events. Hard to say. I'm still waiting for reports from many of the other professors that are looking into this.
Yeah, so that was kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. Something weird happened during our orchestra class. I don't know if you heard, but the instruments all animated and started attacking Mr. Berenstein. And,
Really?
And the coffee tried to attack him earlier. I'm a little worried about him.
we think someone's trying to
Yes.
kill him.
Yeah, cut to the chase. We think he's in danger.
Yes.
Well, thank you for bringing this to my attention. All of these data points do seem to suggest that he is under some sort of threat. A lot of things seem to be tied to him. So I'll tell you what I can do. I will definitely make sure to put some eyeballs on him. Make sure that we were keeping 24/7 surveillance on him to ensure that no harm comes to him.
You have the power to do that, do you?
Well, certainly. You know, and you can see she's kind of like editing herself. She was like maybe going to suggest something, but she says, we take the well-being of all of our professors here at the university very seriously, utmost importance. So,
All right. So I know that this sounds kind of crazy, but I think that because things are going so badly today, and everything is so out of whack and crazy, it might be a good thing to cancel the game tonight.
Well, let's not get crazy here, but people need this game tonight. You know, students are under a lot of pressure. They need to blow off some steam tonight. One more chance to get that W. Go Garden Snails.
But I mean, what if someone was hurt or a student was hurt? I mean, I know my parents donate a lot of money to the school, and if they thought that it wasn't a safe environment for their daughter, those donations might start drying up a little bit. So, I mean,
make a charm check. This is going to be a harder one. The threat of your parents pulling funding for the school is probably not that much of a boon. I'm going to say this one's a 12.
okay, well, I only have a charm of a D8, so
Okay.
that's unlikely, but let's see. I actually rolled an 8, and I have... I have...
So when you roll the max number on a die, you can roll it again.
It explodes.
Oh, that's right. Explodes. That's right. I forgot about that. Hey.
Like all the good kittens.
And then a 5.
Ooh, that's 13 though.
So that's
Yeah,
13.
hey.
I was looking for a 12. So she says, "You're right. You know, we can. You're right. Safety first. I'll tell you what. I'll put out a cancellation of the game tonight. And we'll just keep all the students in their rooms tonight until we can pin down what exactly is going on with these wild surges. And we'll keep tight
like
surveillance on the professor. I'll get right on that.
Well, I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Why don't you three, consider your shift done downstairs, where I'll take things from here.
Okay, great. I think I'll just go back to my room for a little while, then get some rest. It's been a weird day.
Though, Kat, if we're going to be in this evening, we should stop by the library and pick up some reading materials.
Oh yes, that's good. Yes, to the library then.
Yes. Have a bit of research to do. Oscar?
Right. Research. Love that stuff. Let's go.
So the three of you leave the office and you leave and you're back out like kind of in the quad area.
Well, I hope that was enough. I mean, that seems to have derailed things a bit, but maybe we should pick up some books on... I know it's a bit taboo, but there must be some studies done on time magics.
Yeah, and also, did you think that she seemed a little weird? I mean...
To be honest, she scares the bejesus out of me, so...
No, me too. Like, all of those, like, scary... But I feel like... I don't know. I'm worried that maybe watching Mr. Berenstein might mean...
Well, that's true, Mike. I mean, you really got him. I did get a little bit of that feeling, but she gives me that feeling all the time. Have you ever noticed that the heads on the walls are different for whoever you walk in with, and they're always giant versions of those people's familiars?
I had never noticed that.
Now that you say that, I'm terrified of her, and we can't go back to our rooms. We have to keep an eye on Dr.
Right.
Berenstein.
I mean, you saw the giant chameleon. Who hunts giant chameleons?
People who like roasted iguana? Barbecue.
Sooth is like zoom into his coat. And
Okay,
people eat
so
iguanas?
apparently in Tijuana.
Yeah, you could eat anything. But we need to find this past Professor Bernstein. That's what he told us to do, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how we're gonna find that guy. He ran off from me and he keeps poofing in and out.
Well, he should be the only Berenstein out and about. So if we just ask around,
That's smart. All right, let's do that. It's a good plan.
or magic. I mean,
That's right. We have magic. So, but can we track him? Does anyone know a tracking spell?
well, I mean, I know a little divination. I can, I suppose. And he takes out a piece of paper and then carefully folds it in quarters, and folds it in halves, and then does the walk, 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 walk thing. Fortune teller.
Okay.
And
So
he's like,
Hootie catcher.
yeah. So he's, and he's like, dun 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 dun. And as he's unfolding, you realize what he had folded up was a map of the school. So now, as he's unfolding, like each little area is going to be a sector of the school, and then he spells out, Dr. What's Dr. Berenstein's first name? Doesn't matter. Dr. Berenstein.
Brahms
Number
Berenstein.
2. Passed. This is trickier than I thought. I'll try and cast a divination with the.
All right. So, magnitude of effect.
Is that area?
Area of effect would be a person, so that's going to be 3. Magnitude, I'm going to say breaks the rules of reality, so it's 10. Duration of effect, you want to know... you want to know right now where he's at?
Like, I think it'll be like a where he's at right now. Like whichever area of the map I unfold is the sector he's in. So it's kind of like a within 30 meters, probably.
Okay. We'll call this one a 10. I'm going to say experience with the spell. Let's call it an 11. You've cast this before, probably.
Yes, I am skilled at divination. That's one of my check marks.
So let's call it an 11. So I think brains.
Sounds good.
So you'll roll the brains die, and then you roll a d4 on top of that since you're casting a spell.
Brains die and a d4. I have a 11 on the die and a 2 on the four-sided, so a total of 13. And I don't like 13s, so I will throw just one die on it to get it up to a 14. Not atrocity.
Adversity token.
Adversity. We're a step down, hun.
So,
I'm stuck in Avernus land.
Yeah.
So I'll get it up to a 14 as I unfold and hopefully see a sector of school.
The sector of the school that you will see will be where the faculty building is.
Oh no, he's in the faculty building.
Oh no.
That's where we left the other Berenstein.
Or you just divine that, Berenstein?
No, I put in.
Did you say 2? But are we looking for 2 or 1?
And he like leans in and looks at the paper and sees that there's like 2 dots or 1 dot on there. He's like, let's just go see this one because we know where this one is. And if this one is the same one, then we'll do it again for Berenstein 1. But if it's Berenstein,
Okay,
Let's go.
tell you, evil and good. Let's go good and evil Berensteins. Let's make the call.
So you head that direction and get to the faculty building. At this point, I don't know. It's probably like late afternoon. And as you're walking in that direction, you just kind of hear like this voice kind of like magically hanging on the air, like the magical loudspeaker essentially is just like, attention all students and staff. The administration has received reports that that due to intense wild magic surges on the grounds, tonight's game against the what was it, the something, but not basilisks, but
Raging Badgerlists.
The Badgerlist is canceled. Until this situation is under control, please, all students, are required to, be in lockdown and remain in their rooms until further notice. So you hear that go out over, and like a timestamp is put on it, like everyone's expected to be in their rooms by 5.
Oh no.
It's like we'll say it's like 3 o'clock right now.
That's okay. We've got time.
Yeah,
I'm glad she was honest, though. I hate it when they say that the potions have got something bad in them. I mean, it's really just lame to call in a balm scare.
All right, moving on.
You make your way to the faculty building. It's just kind of like you kind of see people like coming and going, like this announcement has just happened, and so there's a little bit of like kind of chaos happening about the area. Professors like going back and forth. So you're currently outside the building.
All right.
Excuse me, have you seen Dr. Bernstein? Have you, hello? Oh, damn it.
Somebody just kind of like casually like tells you his room number, like 302.
Thank you.
But have you seen? No.
Let's just go up to his room and see if he's there, or if they're there.
And alive.
If he's in that outline, I am.
You know he is. Just prepare yourself. He's really there.
So
Knowing
you go
what's
up...
going to happen never helps in preparation. And then as he's saying that, he just like reaches over and he picks up a piece of paper, he folds it into a paper airplane, and he tucks it behind his ear.
I just accept it at this point.
Yeah.
So you go upstairs to the 3rd floor, and you go to you're going to where his office is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you go to where his office is, and it's empty. He's not there.
Ah, great.
Well, now we've lost both Berensteins.
Well, quick, we should check each room, at least any of the open ones, and that won't take more than a few minutes. And then if that doesn't work, we can maybe try divination again, or,
All right, let's start looking. Just poking my head around.
So you're kind of investigating around, trying to figure out, if your Berenstein is in one of these rooms or not.
Does anyone know anyone with a canine familiar?
I have a cat. That's useful.
Well, true.
So there's no such thing as like a group check or anything like that. So you can elect amongst you someone to do a brains check. And this would be a planned action, so people could pile on
My brains
adversity
are a
tokens and such.
D10.
As are mine.
I don't mind taking the brains roll. I'm good at that.
All right, and I can throw on a couple of adversity tokens if need be.
And 18.
18.
Starting
so
off
don't
strong.
even need anything. You are checking the offices and looking about, and you're checking like every floor. When you get to like the 5th floor, you notice that there is like a maintenance hatch that is open, and a ladder that has been pulled down. Seems to go to the roof.
Oh,
Ladders?
no.
How mundane.
Just go whoop and go up.
All right, let's go.
All right.
So you head up to the roof, and you see the back of Dr. Bernstein, seemingly like back to you. Seems like he's like kind of scanning down, looking down at the quad.
Can we tell if it's Berenstein 1 or 2? Or which Berenstein? Does it look clean or disheveled?
You probably can't tell with his back turned, because the tall tale signs would be kind of on the front side. Coffee stain, no coffee stain.
All right.
But he doesn't notice you. He doesn't know you're there.
I don't want to scare him and have him fall off. So we approach kind of from the side in a non-threatening manner. I don't know.
So you kind of approach him from the side. Give me... Maybe
So
like a
as
grit
that
check.
as that approach is happening, Mandy's gonna get out his wand and ready just like a gust of wind or a bomb or like a bamf or something to push back away from the ledge. Like I've seen this happen before.
Oh, okay.
Like, I know how this game goes. He's not gonna trigger it unless Dr. Berenstein starts to go forward, but he's like
Oh, okay. Let's do the grit check first, then.
Okay. So that a grit check for me.
Yep.
All right. Oh, I got a 12, so I get to go again because I have a d12.
You already
And a
passed with
7.
the 12.
Oh, okay.
So you make your way kind of along the side, and you're able to kind of see no coffee stain, perfectly put together. And it looks like he's just kind of like scanning or searching. In fact, maybe he's got like a spell going. You can kind of see his eyes are kind of like a blue, like he's using some kind of far sight or X-ray vision or something as he's scanning around the area.
So I'm going to motion like he's clean to you guys. And I'm going to say, excuse me, Dr. Berenstein?
You can see like the glow kind of like turns off, and he's like, oh, and he looks at you and he says, "It's you."
Hi, yes, it is me. We
You were the
know
one that
what's
saw me
going on.
the 7th Thursday.
This is your 7th Thursday?
Yes.
Oh, it's only our 2nd Thursday.
Yeah. I don't know how I could have been so careless. I did so good the first 6 times not to get caught or seen, but then the last time your friend tripped here, I don't know. That never happened in any of the other timelines.
Oh. Yeah, he's sometimes kind of clumsy.
Now, how much do you know?
Well, we know that you get killed, and we know that there was some sort of like chimera that came that tried to kidnap you, and we stopped that at the football game or at the...
Yeah, that happened only one time. That happened in the 6th Thursday. Wait, 7th Thursday.
Yes. No, this is 7th Thursday for you, you just said.
Right,
So,
6th
yes,
Thursday.
last Thursday
There's too
was
many
6th Thursday.
Thursdays. Right. Yes.
why Thursdays?
Because they're the worst.
So what happened in the first 5 Thursdays?
Well, and then he starts he tells you the first one there was the band instruments. The second one there was this fireball that happened. I got that taken care of. The third one, and he's like listing off like all these accidents until he gets to then I realized it. I think the thing that was different on the 6th day, poison. I saw I got poison, so I'm not allowing him to eat anything or drink anything.
Oh, that's why you knocked his coffee.
Yeah, but then
I
I saw
gave
you
him
gave him
coffee,
some
though.
coffee.
I did, yeah. It was
Did you put
safe,
anything
though.
in it?
I
Did
keep
you
it
poison
on
it?
me. Yeah, I made it. We've all drank it.
Okay.
I make it in my room. It's
pulls
cold
out a
brew. It's really
notepad.
good.
He's like putting down some notes, like very similar to what you've been doing.
Mandy like offers like the damp towel, like it's still got some in here. But so wait, are you a future Dr.
I'm a
Berenstein?
past, actually. I'm a past. Yes.
So you're a past come slightly ahead and then back a bit?
Yeah, about a month ago. I was teaching a class, actually, and he's like looking at you, Kat. He's like, remember, week 1 when we started doing, I was trying to teach you 5/6 time.
Oh yeah, that was bad. We were not
Yeah,
good.
you were not good, but it's a tricky one. So, he says it was after that class we were all leaving, and then I heard something in my ear, a whisper saying that on this day I would die. So,
Oh, the auditorium whispers, right?
yes, I heard the auditorium whisper that I was going to die on this day. So, it's no secret. It used to be a secret. Now it's not, at least amongst us right here. I dabble in the time travel. So, I did the natural thing. Forwarded myself here. And I've been replaying it over and over and over again, trying to get it right. And
I knew it.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
so apologies about that. I didn't mean to get you sucked up in all this, but you saw me in that last one. And so now it seems that you're tied to my repeats.
So it's on a forced loop because you want to stay alive, which is reasonable. So if you can make it through the day, then we'll be out of the Thursdays.
I think so.
So where are you now? Where is current you now?
Oh, and he says current me seems to be heading back. There's an emergency faculty meeting happening, and he's kind of pointing to the office where you were earlier, that they're all going to meet in the headmaster's office.
Well, we have made current you aware of the threat upon current you's life.
Oh, interesting.
So you ought to be more on guard, and that would seem beneficial. My curiosity is killing me. The time travel, it's tied to the music, isn't it? It's if you do 5/0 time.
It is. Actually, you have to master the fundamentals of music before you can move on and really understand time travel.
I knew there's a reason they always said you're not allowed to divide by 0.
So, I've been at this, like I say, for 7 days now. It just seems like nonstop. Every time I try to stop it from happening, it just keeps. So, I'm thinking we need to figure out what it is that's trying to kill me.
Well, that big monster that came through, that's suspicious. But I guess someone just kind of conjured that, so probably not.
Yeah,
Do you
feels
trust
like there's
Artemis?
some.
I don't trust Artemis.
I don't know if I trust her, but it seems unlikely she'd be trying to kill me.
I think if she wanted you dead, you just would be dead.
Do you have any enemies that you could tell us about?
No, I don't. When I heard the whispers suggesting that I was going, I always heard that it was like you heard what other people were saying about you, but this was very, very certain. It was Thursday, August 13th. You were going to die on this day. Kind of prophetic.
Man.
Well,
I didn't do it.
but Oscar, you heard the whispers too. They told you about your phone.
Yeah.
No one knows about that but me. I mean,
Oh.
no one would be talking about it. I don't talk about it.
I thought we were just going to be fixing his blackboard.
So we don't. Whoever's this voice is, maybe behind it all.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe. Okay. What if the voice. Okay. What if the voice wanted Dr. Berenstein to start this looping, and they want you to have your phone for some reason?
I don't like this.
Well,
Do you have any like text or anything?
I'm gonna pull the phone out. Is it different?
You pull out the phone and you're looking at it, and suddenly it's starting to like the screen is kind of like flashing in and out, and it's starting to get like really hot.
Ah!
Yeah, you kind of like it just starts like sparking and like kind of like imploding on itself. Little fire sparks up, and it does so like on a stack of like papers nearby. And there's like a little kindling that is happening, little kindling
All
effect
right.
from the
Ah!
fire.
Coffee,
So-
coffee.
Coffee.
wet towel.
the-
Blop.
You
Why does it do that?
You
I don't know.
throw the coffee onto the fire, and like it almost has like this like gasoline kind of effect where it gets like a little bit bigger.
Oh no!
Well, that's not supposed to happen. Okay. I'm gonna try to conjure like water out of my wand to put it out.
Okay. Let's take a look and see what we've got. Trying to put out the fire before the faculty building burns down.
Yeah.
Magnitude of effect. We'll say bends the rules of reality for that. So 5. We'll say area of effect. I'll say small. So 8. Duration. Instantaneous. And we'll say, I don't know, do you think this is a spell? Probably you've definitely seen it happen before. Do you think you've ever used this spell before?
Probably not.
Okay.
Oscar's more on the fire supply side of the law.
Yeah.
So
I usually make things go boom, so.
We'll call this an 11. So you're trying to get an 11.
Okay.
I think it could be maybe flight. It could be brains. Yeah, I think either of those two, because it's kind of defensive. So I could see
Alright.
it being
I'll
flight.
use a
if that's
flight.
helpful. Okay. So flight. So your flight die plus D4.
Okay. My flight die is a 12, and I got a 1 on the D4. So 13.
Okay. So you pass and water goes down, and you put that out.
Okay, that I don't know if that was supposed to happen. That's a little.
I don't think your dad's gonna be very successful if this is what happens to his technology.
It's only around people with magic.
Well, okay. So
Alright. So is the plan to find this person with this voice? Do we need to go to the auditorium or something?
I mean, yeah.
Well,
But we
wait.
also need to take Pete Berenstein alive, right? Like if we keep him alive, we get out
Right.
of this.
Dr. Berenstein, when did you hear the voice tell you that you were going to die? Is that in current Dr. Berenstein's past or in current Dr. Berenstein's future?
It was in the past.
So he
So he knows that he heard the whispers.
so if current
I-
Dr. Berenstein from the
I don't know that
past
he
can-
does. I think I created an alternate parallel timeline until this is all resolved, because I, from the past, have come here, causing this conundrum.
So we can't just ask current Dr. Berenstein what you should do, because he might not be
doesn't
the
know.
same doctor.
He also seemed like he's maybe not all there. He seemed pretty frazzled. I think he's been drinking a lot. More than usual.
And
No,
also
that's-
everything's
that's
gonna
normal.
kill him right now.
It's a pity we haven't learned any stasis spells. Well, I don't think our reputations would survive going and looking for the Whisper again. Perhaps we should go look for Dr. Berenstein instead? The other Dr. Berenstein.
Yes, but what about we do with this Dr. Berenstein?
But no offense, Dr. Berenstein, but I don't think it matters if you live or die. You being the you, Dr. Berenstein. The past, future Dr. Berenstein.
Well, if I die, I don't think I'm gonna be around to reconjure the spell when I realize failed. If you know,
Oh, right. If we don't do it right,
I think if
this
I die
time,
here, I'm gonna die. Yeah,
he's gonna be dead, because he has to be conscious if we fail.
it's like it's kind of
So
like
if we succeed, he can die, but if we fail, he needs to be around.
yeah, I'm thinking it's kind of like that episode of Futurama where like Fry's got the thing where he can like go back like infinite times, but he's like stuck on this like loop until he resolves
But
the day successfully.
past, future Dr. Berenstein seems to be capable of staying alive. You've stayed alive for multiple days now. So I think if we focus on current getting current Dr. Berenstein into tomorrow's being the future, not Thursday number 3 or 8, that would be the best. And if the Whisper's trying to kill Dr. Berenstein, likely we would find the Whisper near Dr. Berenstein.
Yeah, it could be. In my my past 6 playthroughs of this this dimension, it doesn't seem anything is trying to intentionally kill me. So I think if I just hunker down, if you all want to, I don't want to interact with him. You understand? So I'll stay far away and let you 3 kind of see what you can figure out.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
So the 3 of you are heading to the office, the main administration building where you were earlier. So you head there, and by the time you get there, it seems that this like office meeting has kind of broken up because teachers that you recognize are kind of leaving the building. It seems like they're kind of scattering about, likely patrolling the grounds, kind of like they did after the game when things were wacky. They had this like security protocol, where they were wandering around and emerging from the office building. You see the coffee-stained Professor Berenstein. And it looks like Artemis is like behind him, kind of like a consolation kind of pat on the back, like it's going to be okay, I know you've had a rough day kind of conversation you're sensing between the 2 of them, as she kind of like pats him on the back, go get him, Tiger, and then departs, and he's just kind of left like kind of walking. He still looks a little disheveled. And he's like,
You're muted.
hey, I'm muted.
No,
it
you're
was
good.
me.
You're good.
Oh, Lauren,
You're good.
Lauren.
It was me. I was muted.
He just says, oh, you 3 again. Look, I'm still alive. I'm doing okay.
For now,
Yes.
yay!
We had a conversation with your past participle,
Oh, good.
and
Does he have a way out of this?
it seems like you staying alive will be the way out of this, because
Good.
I think your past self came to the future to protect your current self from possibly a prediction. Now, the problem is, if that was a proper foretelling, I've never seen that disproved, so I'll be very interested if you can. But did you hear a whisper about today?
What
Oh.
whisper? Like,
Just that you were going to die today.
no.
Very explicit. It was the day when you were trying to teach us 5-6 time, and it was terrible. And you went out, and you were like,
Oh, I felt like I
really-
was gonna die on that day. You guys were terrible.
yeah.
But you're,
Whisper talked to you then, or talked to you in the past, who's now here then.
Wait, I thought we This is a separate timeline, right? This this Berenstein's never heard of this whisper.
Or just saying. Just
I hear a lot of whispers, but nothing about me dying.
all right.
Well, then we just gotta keep you alive.
I like this plan. This is a good plan. How do we do that?
So 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 Mandy will walk right into the into the loop and say exactly what the whisper told him he heard. But he said that on Thursday the 13th, you were going to die.
Does it have to be? I thought
I
you
don't
just
think
said
so.
we gotta keep me alive, right?
Yes, that's what we have to do. So,
Okay.
so long as we keep you alive, we can get out of the loop. Now, your past future self said he's been through the loop about 7 times trying to keep you alive. And there's been poison and accidents and explosions and all manner of terrible things. So, I would think inside the school safest spot.
And as you're talking, all of a sudden
Library?
this giant rock comes flying down, grabs him, and like pulls him up, and like bludgeons him against one of the towers of the school, and it's just like blood, gore. It's disgusting. We don't have to get into it, but that happens.
Ow!
Oh,
What? But
What?
rock? There's never been a rock in the rock's nest. What? And
The
he's
administration
just like,
gets called in. They like interview you. It's kind of like a little bit of deja vu. You talk yourself out of it. You go to
Oh,
bed.
no.
You wake up. It's Thursday again.
Ah, Thursday 3? No!
Thursday 9. I mean, well, let's just keep it 3. Thursday 3. Okay.
You wake up. You're back at breakfast. A lot of very similar things are happening, but your conversation amongst the three of you is different.
Okay, what are we going to do?
Okay. Where can we go to keep him safe? There's got to be somewhere in this school.
So, does the past future Dr. Bernstein now know about us? If so, he shouldn't run.
Yes, no, he shouldn't run. He knows that we know, right?
But yes, but if the past future Dr. Bernstein tries to run, that means we're repeating his 7th day.
Oh. And not we're not moved on to the 8th day.
Right. So we'd be 7 plus.
7 plus 1.
Yes,
7
I'm
plus
not a
2?
math magician, so we're going to need someone who's a little better at the number bits.
It's our second 7th day for him.
Yeah,
Yes.
7
So-
2.
So where did you see the other Dr. Bernstein?
Oh, it was right outside the auditorium when I was going to class.
So you're running out the door. You're running out the door like right at the time that the coffee is like smashing and all that stuff. And actually, as you like go to start like running in that direction, you bump into him because he's like at the door, like casting some spells to make like all the dishes like fall, and he's just like, oh, it's you three.
Oh, good. Wait.
Oh, good. Okay.
Us 3 from yesterday.
Yeah.
Day 7.
Yeah,
Except-
he didn't do a good
Oh.
job. He died. I died.
Yeah,
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 I
we're
even a
aware.
rock
It was
came
very
out of
traumatic.
nowhere.
You don't
that
have
rock
to
fell.
see it.
Everyone died.
That's not your fault. That never happened before. But so many things are different now. With the three of you, like, in here, everything's jumbled up. Okay. New rule of thumb. We don't keep him outside after 4 o'clock. Always
Inside.
indoors.
Has it always been after 4 o'clock when he dies?
No. One time he died very early on in the day with the instrument thing and then the fireball. But we got that all sorted out.
Okay. Where is there anywhere at this school that you can put like kids that have gone a little cuckoo and they've like, are not doing well, like a padded room somewhere.
What kind of school do you think this is?
I mean, look, I've seen some nervous breakdowns, and nervous breakdown plus magic can be some bad stuff happening. So
yeah,
you
I
have
mean
no
the
contingency
insurance
plan
on such a thing, we don't provide those services here. They got to go somewhere else.
But we can talk to him now, so we can pass along the information, so you don't have to act independent of him. Does that break the temporal laws? I mean, you're already interfering, so it must be okay, I suppose. So if we go warn him of all these things, he can take more active measures, put himself somewhere safe, perhaps some vault somewhere at a bank, or is there a Dark Lord shelter down below?
we have to have some measures.
As you're talking, Mandy, suddenly you hear like a little whisper in your ear just say, I really need to tell you something. It's gonna hurt real bad, but Oscar thinks you suck at broomsticks. He's starting to resent you a little bit for all your bad advice.
We in the auditorium?
No, you're right outside the cafeteria.
So like as soon as he starts hearing the whisper, Mandy like freezes. He's like, "Wait, we're not in the auditorium."
No.
I just heard a whisper.
What did it say?
Oscar's a tool, and
Hey.
yeah, it was a really rude whisper. But wait. He's like going around. It's like, Sooth, where you at? He's like, was that you? And no one else heard it.
No.
It sounds like what happened during my... No, well, I was in the auditorium.
Wait, guys. He heard something mean about me, and you heard something mean about him.
Well, your
Clearly.
thing wasn't really mean. It was really
Well,
just...
It would make you
being
mad at me, right? Like it was something that would make you like not want to be my friend anymore.
This
And,
all
like,
seems trivial. I heard that I was going to die, and now I'm stuck
what
in a
I'm saying
24-hour loop of hell.
It's trying to break us apart. Don't you see?
But wait, where were you when you heard that? Were you in the auditorium?
I was in the auditorium.
I was in the
auditorium.
auditorium.
But I was out here.
Huh.
It's only supposed to work in the auditorium.
That's what I always heard.
So what's going on? What's going on?
Somebody
Maybe it's-
fake in the auditorium? Because look, I mean, I was told that you were going to die on Thursday, the 13th at, XPM, but if someone was just setting that up as a prank, I mean, that's a good prank.
Maybe it's old man Diggs.
That's what I was.
Dun dun dun.
But wait, Diggs is only supposed to bother you if you go digging. That's his thing.
And you just hear a voice say, actually, that's not true. First of all, not old. I died when I was very young. Still 15. In soul. In spirit. Also, I don't know where the
Wait,
Diggs thing came from. I
don't
never
think that's
tried to
how
dig
birthdays
myself
work.
out. I just died, okay? I'm, not trying to perpetually dig myself out. I hate this name. It sucks.
This is only happening. This voice is only going to Mandy.
It's like kind of like it's just like everybody can kind of hear it, but it's like really light on the air, and you don't see anything, but you hear this voice having this conversation with you now.
All right. So
tried to kill.
Is it Digbert?
Digley?
My name was
Diggum?
Steve.
Eve.
Oh. Well,
This
okay.
school has some weird rumor mills. So,
I think it did.
Steve, if I can call you Steve,
I'd like that.
did you tell Professor Bernstein that he was going to die on Thursday the 13th?
Sure did.
Why?
Hey, why?
Sure.
Look how he
Oscar,
reacted.
you
It
are
was-
not the class clown, buddy.
But
He's got you crushed.
Oscar,
But-
do have to say, really admire the effort that you're putting in. I think if you give it a few more years, you're gonna lock it in.
Okay, this is kind of unfair. You have like how many years ahead of me?
But
It's
wait.
true. I
wait.
do rep most of my material from previous students.
Let's not lose the lead here. Steve, have you been killing Dr. Bernstein?
Yeah, what kind of prank is that?
Well, okay. So to be fair, I am only killing this future self to drive the original one nuts. And it's working. He just keeps looping. And this is just like constant entertainment. It's really boring around here.
I mean, agreed. Agreed.
Really boring.
It is a little.
Yeah. Kind of boring magical school kind of gets old real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why Bernstein? Like, of all of these, professors, he kind of sucks the least.
Well, because I knew he was the one that could make this happen for me. I was looking through, perusing some of his research and things, and I knew, I understood. I put it together in my mind's web, what would happen if I just... Actually, I didn't really know what would happen. I just wanted to drive him a little nuts, telling him that, that's where it started. It was innocent enough. It started out innocent enough. Just say, hey, you're gonna die on Thursday, whatever. And then, he took it out, he blew it out of proportion, and whew, field day, because time travel, it only deals with this permanence thing. I'm dead. I'm a spirit.
And then you killed him. Like
Again?
multiple times.
Many times. Yeah.
And again,
Okay,
Yeah.
well, have you had your fun? Because we're kind of stuck in this time loop now, too. And as much as I enjoy Thursdays, well, wait, I don't enjoy Thursdays. So can you get us out of this? Maybe not kill Professor Bernstein?
I think this is a charm check.
Okay. It's a decent.
Have some AT.
yeah, here you go.
I got a 5.
I got 3.
1 for being a kid. And I'll dump some AT in there, too.
Yeah, I got
All
3 AT for you.
I will throw. I think of this is an all-in sort of situation, so
Yeah.
I'll go all in on the 3.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
All right.
So Maddie's like, yeah. I mean, if I keep predicting the same day, that's super boring. We can go forward a day. Maybe let us in on a few pranks. Oscar's got some ideas.
Yeah, I mean, you and I, we make a great team.
Mostly snail-based.
What is the total number?
Okay, so I rolled a 6. I'm adding my 2, so that's an 8.
My
3
3.
3 from me.
So
So
adding
14?
another 6.
14 so far.
14.
14.
Okay. I was looking for a 13, so you succeed, but not impressively. So, I think where Mandy you're going with this is what old man Diggs, Steve is gonna go
Steve.
with. Steve tells you, okay, I was starting to get a little bit sick of this entire killing him over and over thing. So tell you what, I'd really like to pull a big prank on the headmaster. That would be the cream of the crop to embarrass her in some big way. So if you could pull that off tonight at the big game, I'll stop torturing poor Bernstein here. What do you
Well,
say?
I mean, the vegans all hate her. So I feel like there's an angle there.
I think we can do it. What do you think, Mandy?
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna try, and what's the worst that happens? I get another Thursday morning.
Right. We just get a loop.
Right.
Slightly more interesting.
All right. Steve, you're on.
Really wish I'd brushed my teeth Wednesday night. Each morning I wake up, it's like,
Ugh.
So, I think this is your big finale here. I don't think it necessarily has to be any skill checks or anything, but the three of you come up with what happens as the conclusion, this big prank that the three of you are going to pull, that's going to make Artemis, our headmaster, look particularly foolish and get
Think
you out.
cute little animal that gets the best of her and she can't kill it.
Like a rare, cute animal that
Mhm.
keeps popping into the portals.
Oh, that would be fun. It goes bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
Yes. And then it explodes into a raining fountain of snails. And then actually win the game.
that's perhaps, Oscar, we could just reel that one back in and save that for perhaps our graduation prank with Steve. Perhaps maybe aim just a little lower.
All right.
Well, though I like the idea, Steve, you can manipulate the sticky wickets, the gates.
Sure can.
So you could arrange it that perhaps one of those gates would open up underneath Artemis, and then she would go shooting all about the field from gate to gate to gate to gate while play is going on. And Cat, I mean, who's to say that dramatic, inappropriate music doesn't show up in that particular section, since we happen to have the band leader to recruit.
Da 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 da.
So we know where Mistress Artemis is going to be. We've seen her there. Well, we've seen her there once. Dr. Beatsley's seen her there 7 times now. So, I mean, we could probably even time it that she got a good whack a few times from some of the players.
And then we explode the rocket.
And then we explode the rocket through the senses.
Yes. Okay, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do
You want
it.
to have that grand
Yes.
finale.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right. Perfect. So you go through the motions, the big game. A lot of this feels very much deja vu, but just like Bill Murray in that movie, you're feeling confident, like you're moving towards this is it. This is the last time you're gonna have to live through this. And the big game starts off, and Steve, the ghost formerly known as Old Man Diggs, does his part. Voomp. Portal opens up underneath her, right as she like finishes her speech that she gives at the beginning of the game, and the whistle is blown, and so she drops into this portal like as the game just gets started, and the players at their most kind of raucous, and she's pinballing around. It sounds like the band starts playing like Careless Whisper, or yakety sax. Something just very comical. Like maybe Mandy, you're like using your magic a little bit to like make these swings, just kind of like time it like perfectly to like smack her all about. And then Oscar with the big finale as she like kind of drops right in the middle, bludgeoned. And you finally perfect the spell as all the little snails come sailing down over the field. Crowd goes absolutely apeshit, crazy for this. It's awesome. More entertainment. They've never looked at the field for more than like 2 minutes before from the stands. Usually they're just partying and tailgating and such. And so, nicely done. You've made peace with Old Man Diggs. Is very much pleased with this hilarious display. And when you go to bed tonight, you will have woken up, and the day will have moved forward. It's Friday.
Woo!
Yes.
Oscar, good news.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
We've got detention for the next 3 years, but at least we're getting into those years.
Billy, it's Friday. I'm gonna collect that money a little later after detention. It's Friday.
Woo!
We're heroes. We can be heroes.
So, kids on brooms.
Woo! Thank you, Alex.
Whew, thank you.
Thank you. It was all
Yeah,
your
thank
stuff
you.
that you put in there. So thank you for putting together so many like amazing, just off the cuff ideas that we came up with during our campaign creation during this last one. So, I don't know. I when I went to bed last Wednesday and I was sitting in bed, I was talking with Emily a little bit like. I don't know, like, because, when you start one of these things out, you don't know where it's going, but I was like,
You don't know where it's
okay,
going.
this is kind of like a weird thing because we're going to play a second session of this. I can think about it a little bit, and I just thought about that insane part of was it the third or the second Harry Potter book? I think it was the third one, where Hermione's got the time changer thing, and so she can get to her classes. So I thought that would be kind of fun to make it a time thing.
Definitely.
Nice.
Well, I think this game clearly demonstrated why the time travel trope is one of my most hated tropes in any storytelling system.
Oh
like-
my god.
This is not consistent from internal or external
Yeah.
logic. Ah!
I don't know what's going on.
You just have to roll with it. You just have to just whatever comes out, you're like, okay, yep, we're gonna go forward.
You'd never put a time travel thing in like a D&D game or anything like that because it'd just be impossible to deal with.
Oh no. It was great though. It was so
Yeah,
much
it was loads of fun though. Thank
Steve.
Steve.
the ghost formerly known as Old Man Diggs.
Yeah, I mean, I think that now we really need to communicate to people. He prefers Steve, so.
Yeah, maybe he wouldn't be such a prankster if he just got some respect.
Mhm.
Ooh, that hits a little too close to home for Oscar.
Next week, Ghostbusters.
Ba-ba-ba-da.
All right, well, that is our game for the evening, everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us here on a Wednesday. Descent to Avernus is kind of TBA. We're going to figure out when we'll wrap that up. I'm not going to say anything too much about what next Wednesday will be until I've got some details about some other things. So just keep an eye on our in the Discord or on the Twitter or the website for a schedule. See what we've got going on next week, Wednesday. But tomorrow night, Casey is going to be running some Forge of Fury. What is this, number 4?
4.5-ish. So this should be our big bad evil guy fight. So feel free to swing over. We've currently got 3 big bad evil folks contesting for the Forge, and the players will probably be choosing to team up with one of the 3 against the other 2, or they might
Rosie, bring
just
her over here.
go all 3. Who knows? We'll see how that plays out. So there are some special wandering monsters, and as folks may have noticed, the wandering monsters are not necessarily antagonistic. They're just distractions and sometimes time wasters, because cute little bunny went across that way, and about 2 turns worth of actions went after the cute little bunny. So
The most
feel
dangerous
that.
wandering monster is the one that distracts you from the real threat in the room.
that's it. So we had Al Mirage from the previous one and a pseudo dragon pop up last week, and this week we got some other stuff.
Man,
lined up.
El Mirages are getting their time. FaceTime
Oh, yeah.
on the streams this,
Yeah.
this couple weeks.
They are. I mean, they're a cute little critter with
Yeah.
a pointy end. So
Yeah. They're wonderful.
I was almost on the receiving side of that pointy end in the Eberron game, but
I
Dice
mean,
Gods were good to me.
it's great that Dungeons and Dragons equips almost every field with a set of lawn darts, so anybody can pick up a game at any time.
So that is happening tomorrow night at 7.
That'll be tomorrow, 7 Centrals. Yep.
And the other big thing we got this week is on Friday we're going to be doing one of our community campaign games. We are currently playing through Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, and that is a game that we run for the people that support our Patreon. So if you really enjoyed what you saw here tonight, and you want to support the channel in some way, that is one way you can do so. And our Patreon, our community campaign games are thank yous to the people that support that. So you can check that out in the chat there if you want to see what that's all about. But otherwise, yeah, the other thing I'll say quick before we go offline would be come and join us in the Discord. Put that link in the chat there too, if you want to come and hang out with us in between streams and such. Yeah, so thanks everyone for coming out. We're going to pop a raid and go stop by and say hello to our friends over at Proficiency Bonus quick. So have a good night. We'll see you all soon.